Our study in Yacob, and we are now on page 17, where we're given sound advice and words of wisdom, but from Yacob, based on Berachot, Talmud Berachot 8b, 8a, 8b. Rabbi Chia ben Ami further said in the name of Ula, you should always live in the same town as your teacher. For as long as Shimi ben Gera was alive, Solomon did not marry the daughters of Pharaoh. And in deference to Shimei, who was his teacher, the Gemara asks, But what? But we learn in the Baraita that you should not live in the same place as your teacher. The Gemara answers that this presents no difficulty. It depends on your relationship with your teacher. If you are submissive to him, you should live close to him, but if you are headstrong, hard-headed, you had better keep your distance. Rabbi Chia ben Ami further said, in the name of Ula, a person who works for a living is greater than one who fears heaven. For concerning a person who fears heaven, it says, happy is a man who fears God, Tehillim, or Psalms 112, verse 1. Whereas concerning one who works for a living, it says, when you eat the labor of your hands, you are happy, and it is well with you, Psalms 128, verse 2. The phrase, you are happy, refers to this world. It is well with you refers to the world to come. Thus he has a double blessing. But about the man who fears heaven, it doesn't say it is well with you. He has only one blessing. Now we're looking at Berachot 8b. Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi said to his children, be careful to respect an old man who has forgotten what he has learned through no fault of his own, but due to illness or pressures of earning a livelihood. Because it has been said, both the whole tablets and the broken pieces of the first tablets were placed in the ark. Now what is this a reference to? This is according to Baba Batra, and we're going to take a look that pressures in life, stresses in life, does affect our mind, our mental ability to retain. Rava said to his children, when you're cutting meat, don't cut it in your hands. Why not? Some people say that that's because of danger, sakana, that they may cut themselves. Others say, no, it's in order not to spoil the meal. For even a minor cut will cause blood to drip from the hand and make of the food repulsive to people seated at the table. Two other things. Rava told his children, do not sit on the bed of an Iranian woman, and do not pass behind a synagogue with the congregation praying. What is the meaning of don't sit on the bed of an Iranian woman? Some say that means don't go to sleep before reciting bedtime Shema. Otherwise, your bed will be like that of an Aramean. Some say do not marry a convert. Interesting. Some say it's to be taken literally. Don't sit on the bed of Aramean because of an incident that happened to Rabbi Papa. For Papa once visited an Aramean woman to pay her money he owed her. She pulled out a bed and asked him to sit down. And he replied, I will not sit down until you lift up the bed so that I can see what is underneath. She picked up the bed and there was a dead child. Her scheme was to have Rabbi Papa sit on the bed and then accuse him of crushing and killing the child. In other words, evil intention. Therefore, the sages said it is not permitted to sit on the bed of an Aramean woman. Third thing Rabbi told his children was, and do not pass behind a synagogue when the congregation is praying. This substantiates the opinion of Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, for Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi said it is forbidden for a person to pass behind a synagogue while the congregation is praying, because it seems as if he's not interested in praying. It's been taught in the Baraita, Rabbi Akiva said, because of three things I like the Medes. When they cut meat, they do it only on the table and not on the hands. When they kiss on the hands, because the saliva, when they confer with one another, they will not do it indoors, but they will go out in the field because the walls have ears. You've heard of that before. And never know who may be listening. Rabbi Ada ben Ahava says, which verse supports this? And it says, Jacob sent word and summoned Rachel, or Rachel and Leah, to the field where his flock was. And this is according to Genesis, or Berachot 31, verse 4. And only did he talk to them then about leaving Laban. It has been taught by Rabbi Gamaliel, because of these three things, I like the Persians. By the way, Persians is that area of Iran. They behave modestly during their meals. They behave modestly in the lavatory, and they behave modestly in sexual matters. Rabbi Yosef expounded the verse, and I have summoned my consecrated ones. To who is this referring to? To the Persians, Isaiah 13:3. He said, this refers to the Persians who are consecrated, yet they're destined to Gehinom. God has summoned the ruler of Persia to destroy the Babylonian Empire. Interesting that higher morality, even among nations, are given the power to be able to conquer other lower level countries of morality. And here we have Ein Yacob, sound advice and words of wisdom from our Talmud, our sages. Shalom, shalom, and hazak for every one of you who are joining me in our study group of the ways of Israel on WhatsApp. If you want to be linked up, just send me an email to rabbiotero@yahoo.com or Los Caminos de Israel @yahoo.com. I'll be more than happy to send you a link of our WhatsApp application. And if you're a rabbi watching and you want to participate in our study group, I invite you and I welcome you to be participant. And obviously we have, the whole idea is not to have malachas, but to build up the Jewish community and those who are interested in Judaism. So shalom aleichem to every one of you. The sessions and the studies are done in English. Some will disperse Hebrew, and you're welcome to. So come and join us. Be part